So, Christabel, one of the questions that I always been asked about when we're setting up GCCs, or even certain companies which are setting up new, is the marketing and as well as in terms of brand side of it. Um, is there something that you can share based on your experience in the marketing or branding side, how they should go about?
Sure. So when you talk about branding in this aspect, right, there is two parts to it. One is the employee themselves and the personal branding that they have built around them. Um, how they're showing up on LinkedIn, whether they have their own website, whether they have a few other assets out there on the internet where people can get a peek into who is this individual,
Yeah.
what does the individual bring to the table, not just in terms of your hard skill sets, whereas that is also important, right? The certifications that you have, because degrees by themselves are no longer sufficient. And how often are we doing work in the areas that we actually got our degrees in, right? You and I are good cases in point on this. We both have electronics degrees, by the way, right? And he's in staffing and I'm in marketing and career design.
True.
So that's fine. But whatever we did gives us that unique lens and a way of thinking that goes along with it, which is something extremely valuable, regardless of what is your function, what is your industry. So, so that bit about the personal branding becomes pertinent
Yeah.
for the individual. When you look at employer branding, of course, that's hugely paramount, right? Whether it is the way their LinkedIn is showcased, what not just what they do as a company and what are their services and offerings and products and all of that, but how they do it. What are the conversations that are happening around them, whether it is from their own mouth, whether it is from the mouth of their employees, from their partners, from their customers. All of this is available today. And I'm sure an individual, when they are scoping whether they want to go ahead with a particular brand, whether the organization has already captured the market or not, is going to be to go and check all of these things.
Yeah, that's true. I think based on our experience, I think it pretty much resonate in terms of what you've been telling. One of the other thing that I would like to add is the leadership, right? I always recommend this, and it's really, really a strong thing that'll help in terms of the branding and as well as marketing side of it. Is the leadership telling the story, right?
True.
Many in any organization, the leader is not shown at all because it's not the company that I'm selling, right? Company is a brand. Obviously, we kind of tell about, okay, there's an opportunity here, but it's also about the leader who's hiring, right? Or setting up the team, how the leader
True,
is
very true.
representing this brand. So I always tell that leader, why don't you have a conversation? Why don't you tell the story, right? That's when it's easy for me to attract. You can't be, behind the curtains. You need to come up
True.
confront and tell the story and tell that, okay, this is what we're trying to build, makes so much of a difference. Imagine I am reaching out to an opportunity or reaching out to candidates and telling that, okay, he's the leader and he comes with solid experience wherever, so and so, and then he comes with this skill set and this is what you're going to learn. That impact is much more bigger than
Absolutely.
talking about the brand.
Very interestingly, Sachit, on that note, even on LinkedIn, right, the reach that an individual has
Yeah.
is at least 12 times more than a company page's reach. So it's in the leadership's interest to actually put themselves out there, and just bring the human side of things to the fore too, because at the end of the day, it's people.
Yeah.
It's not just organizations and a job description.
Oh, so true. It doesn't mean that you spend thousands of dollars on just putting up a banner. Because recently there was one of the leadership event where the question was put on to me saying, okay, what should we do for the branding? Should I be spending X amount of money, put up a big hoarding next to monitor or put up in Maratali, etc.? So I said, just get the leadership out,
Yeah.
right? Let him talk in terms of he or she talk about what he's building. That'll make the deals special. And the other bit is also about the conversation, right? From our angle, so just to give you a stats, every opportunity that we kind of get, or any job opportunities that we're trying to fill at Recruise, every day we have a conversation, almost like 30, 40 people per day, right? Per recruiter. So you multiply that with another 30, 30 into 5. So you see the amount of conversation that's been happening
That's a lot.
per month. If we mess up that conversation, then obviously the brand thing goes for a toss. And what happens is it's basically like a funnel. You're just radiating the funnel because you're not filtered it properly. And it's only so much that you left for the opportunity that you're looking at. So that's where a lot of organization, what happens is they get stuck, right? There are a certain number, they don't understand what they did wrong. I would say these are all the fundamental things we need to be careful when you're in evaluating certain stuff. How do you brand? How do you put out the story as a leader being shown in case? So it's not just about spending a lot of money. It's about uh, getting the context right.